Hello, we have a lovely little thing from Malta. We have a pencil drawing by Toussaint, Busuttil, and it's dated on the front 1928, and it's signed on the front T. Busuttil. And you've got a interesting scene, and I don't know what the scene is. We've got an angel with a halo, and I would suggest it's probably an archangel. But it might not be an archangel, it might be an angel. The angels look like women to the modern eye. They have the sort of long cloaky clothes, they have the long hair, they have delicate postures, and it could be an archangel, but though it might be an ordinary one. It's not Michael, because there's no armour, but it could be one of the archangels. But it is almost certainly a male figure. You have an oil lamp hanging from the ceiling, or some sort of oil burner or incense burner. You have what is probably Roman or something of that ilk, a soldier. You have a shield with spears. You have a gladius or a stubby sword. You have an imperial-looking, Romanish-looking chair. You have a helmet with one of those horsehair cones on the top. And you have a sort of Roman sandal and a Roman-looking tunic bearing man. So I don't know what he's doing. He's submitting in some way to the angel. And you have this pencil drawing on an ordinary piece of cardboard. Someone has put it into a frame. The frame is a lovely frame. The frame is a Maltese late 18th century, early 19th century mahogany frame. So you have the original glass with the little bubbles in it and the flecks. You have this little infill, which will be silver gilt with shellac to make it look like gold leaf. And you have this lovely discoloration, which can't easily be faked. You have this mahogany frame where you've cut veneer, not spun veneer, and it's like a bevel shape. It's a sort of very ordinary profile for a Maltese frame. It's the customary profile, except it has this beading on the edge, which is an extra degree of quality. You have the Maltese frame, the profile, you have the beading, you have the infill, you have the original glass. This pencil drawing almost certainly wasn't originally inside this frame, and it hasn't been mounted properly because you have just a piece of cardboard. So on the back of the drawing, you have another attribution which says Toussaint Busuttil after Paglier or Paglier. So I suggest this was a Italian or French sculpture engraving, which this Busuttil has copied, 1928. So I think that it's a very nice little frame. You've got a lovely old hook on it, gilt brass hook which has gone green through age. You've got very fine cut veneer. You've got this small but attractive semi-religious picture. The archangels predate Christianity because they were the guardians of the Hebrews. So I don't know when this is meant to be. Obviously the Romans became Christian under Constantine and before Constantine as well. But it was made official by Constantine. So I don't know whether this is a Roman or not. I think that the depiction is what the Victorian artists thought it looked like around 2,000 years ago. So that's what I think it is. And it's in reasonable condition. There are some bits of damage around the edge of the drawing, but it's not serious damage. And if you had it mounted, you could hide that. I think it's best not to hide it myself. I think if you have it reframed or mounted, as long as this cardboard is covered, if you use this frame, that will be reasonable. Or it's possible with this one to split it, put the drawing somewhere else in another frame, and then use the Maltese frame for something else, perhaps more conventional, like a map or something like that. So you've got this article for sale in Malta. Thanks for looking.